We were in a small township, and in the drugstore, they had the physique magazines. And I'd go, ooh, I guess that was attraction.
There wasn't a specific moment when I realized I was attracted to women. I was attracted to one woman to start with.
I went to the cinema with my parents to see the film Carmen Jones. I became aware that though I found Dorothy Dandridge attractive, Harry Belafonte was a whole nother thing.
Growing up trans in the 50s was unheard of, really. When I was 3, I did announce to my parents, when I finish being a boy, I'm going to be a lady. And they just told me that was ridiculous and it would never happen. And, well, they were wrong.
Growing up queer in 1963-65 was quite an isolating experience. I didn't know of any other queer people, certainly knew of no other black queer people.
I first remember really thinking about it again when I went to university when I was 17. We did a production of The Maids, and I remember putting on the wig to play Claire and looked in the mirror and thought, I recognize you.
I'd been an active revolutionary socialist for years, so I was used to being hated, so I had no worries about not being liked because I was a dyke. My anxiety was my children, maybe similar ways in which some had to come out to their parents. Mine was coming out to my kids.
I was never confident about going out and picking people up. At the time in New York, it felt like everybody was like really beautiful. I mean, this tie salesman at Bloomingdale's looked like models.
On my 21st birthday, my present to myself was I took all my male clothes to the charity shop and I lived as a woman from that day on. Years after I'd had all the surgery and everything, I was still, in a way, transitioning. I was a very angry human being for many years until I transitioned, and then it all went away.
It really restarted when I met these most fantastic women, and they opened up a whole new life for me.
The Gay Liberation Front started as a general protest against homophobia. We had a pink triangle into which people could put their suggestions, and somebody suggested that we should have a march. That was the first ever march through central London. It was a year later, in 1972, that we held the first Pride March.
Pride was the best day of the year. After Stonewall, it was like the sun had come out, and I loved just being out there. Just, you did feel big walking down, you know?
We were very unsure about the response of both the police and the public would be, but we were determined to make our presence known. We weren't just being naughty. Any of us could have been arrested and imprisoned. It was important in showing love is something that shouldn't be sectioned off by law.
It's so important to have allies who will not be ashamed to be seen with you, who will stand up for you. I've had these women around me, and it's just been the most amazing experience.
I am aware that I'm aging. My response to myself when I sometimes think I'm getting old is such a privilege. We've lost so many people.
This was for Ron, who was like, you know, my best friend. He's with me every day now, and God, do I miss him. The whole idea of Cleve Jones making the quilt, and the word kind of went out that you could make a panel. The unfolding of it just took your breath away. I think part of my job on the planet is just to bear witness. I've got to show up for all those guys who aren't here anymore.
I'm optimistic about the future because I've seen what can be achieved. We overturned almost 2,000 years of homophobia. We're determined to fight, and I know that we will win.
I just think people should be allowed to be who they want to be, as long as it doesn't hurt anybody else, and it doesn't.
To my younger self, I would say, why did I wait so long to be brave?
There's a long road ahead, but you're going to make it.
Make the most of yourself, be more confident, and just enjoy what you got.
Things are going to get better. You can have a happy, proud life.